You want to control your life, manifest success, and shape your reality. Yet, no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible. Why? Because mastering your external world begins with mastering yourself. To truly influence reality, you must first control your ego. The ego is the barrier that stands between you and your ability to manifest the life you desire. Only by taming it, you'll be able to effectively direct your reality. Without this crucial step, having control over your life will remain out of reach. To understand why the ego plays such a crucial role in our ability to control our lives, we need to explore what the ego really is. For centuries, it's been recognized across different cultures and spiritual traditions. In Buddhism, the ego represents a false sense of self. It clings to experiences, creating attachments that lead to suffering, because it can trap us in cycles of dissatisfaction, always wanting more yet never finding true fulfillment. Also, many of the spiritual teachings often describe the ego as a barrier between you and your higher self. It focuses on the material world, pulling your attention away from a deeper actual growth. This perspective shows how the ego can limit your potential for self-realization and personal mastery. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, described the ego as the conscious part of our psyche. It helps us navigate daily life, but can also block access to deeper unconscious truths. Jung's view illustrates how the ego, while necessary, can become an obstacle to self-understanding if left unchecked. Think of your ego as an avatar in this game we call life. It's the character you control in the material world. But remember, you, your true self, are the player behind this avatar. The ego is just a tool, not your entire identity. Now, mastering yourself means confronting your greatest opponent, your own ego. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary Japanese swordsman and philosopher. In his book, The Book of Five Rings, Musashi wrote, "Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men." He meant that in order to win your battles in the outside world, first you have to win your internal battle against your ego. Your ego constantly presents obstacles on your path to master yourself and become who you want to be. It distracts you with temptations, emotional reactions, and limiting beliefs. These distractions keep you anchored to immediate gratification, preventing you from connecting with your higher self or realizing your full potential. The ego thrives on lower vibrational states. It hypnotizes you into living through emotions like fear, anger, or jealousy. These emotional states lower your overall vibration, making it challenging to manifest your true desires. When you're caught in these lower frequencies, you're less likely to attract positive experiences or opportunities. Think of your ego as an overprotective friend. It's been with you from the start, helping you navigate life's challenges. But here's the catch. It's resistant to change. Your ego wants things to stay familiar, even if that means keeping you from achieving your dreams or changing your reality. When you try to grow or make positive changes, your ego often steps in, pulling you back to what it knows. This is why many of us struggle to maintain new beneficial habits or mindsets. But don't get the wrong idea. You're not trying to get rid of your ego, but rather you have to develop the awareness to recognize when it's influencing your thoughts and learn how to control it. To gain control over your ego, you'll need practical tools. These techniques help you tame your ego's impulses and align your actions with your higher self. The first and most fundamental tool in this process is self-discipline. Self-discipline forms the cornerstone of mastering yourself and your life. It's the bridge between your intentions and your actions, the force that aligns your behavior with your higher goals. Building self-discipline starts with honoring your small commitments to yourself. For example, when you consistently wake up at the time you set or complete the tasks you promised to complete, you're building a crucial relationship between your mind and body. Every time you follow through on a commitment, no matter how small, you strengthen the trust between your conscious intentions and your physical actions. However, when you break a promise to yourself, it's like a tiny crack in your self-trust. Your mind says one thing, but your body does another. Over time, these broken promises add up. Your body starts to doubt your mind's plans. This disconnect can leave you feeling stuck. You know what you want, but doing it becomes harder and harder. It's frustrating, like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one on the brake. You want to move forward, but something's holding you back. It is the distrust you've built up between your intentions and your actions. Self-discipline acts as a counterforce to the ego's impulsive nature. While the ego seeks immediate gratification, discipline allows you to delay reward for greater future gains. It's the ability to choose long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. Ever notice how uncomfortable silence can be? That discomfort you feel during silence is nothing but your ego squirming. Silence strips away attention, one of the ego's main sources of nourishment. From birth, humans crave validation and being heard. This need, while natural, often feeds the ego's desire for external focus and recognition. Monks have long understood the power of silence. In many spiritual traditions, periods of silence are used to train the mind and weaken the ego's influence. We live in a world that never shuts up. From the moment you wake up, you're bombarded with notifications, calls, and the urge to share your every thought online. Choosing silence in this chaos feels weird. Your ego starts to panic, like a kid whose favorite toy just got taken away. It urges you to check your messages, to post an update, to fill the void with any kind of sound or activity. But here's the thing, pushing through that awkward silence is how you start to take back control. Meditation is a powerful tool for organizing and decluttering your mind. In the process of mastering yourself, a clear and focused mind is essential. Without this clarity, the constant stream of thoughts and sensory stimuli can overwhelm you, making it difficult to manifest your desires. The practice of meditation challenges your ego's resistance to stillness. Your ego thrives on movement, distractions, and constant stimulation. Every day, our life is filled with notifications, advertisements, and endless sources of information, where your ego finds plenty of food to keep it satisfied. Meditation disrupts this pattern, forcing your ego to sit in stillness. Even a short daily meditation practice can begin to tame your ego. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment and gently return your focus to your breath. This simple act of repeatedly bringing your attention back to the present moment strengthens your ability to control your mind and ego rather than letting it control you. Now, It's important to understand that mastering your life doesn't mean trying to control everything around you. Instead, it means getting a handle on what's going on in your head. When you learn to manage your ego, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're shaping the world around you. Remember, reality is like a mirror. What you see on the outside is just a reflection of what's happening inside you. It's like learning to steer a boat. You can't control the ocean, but you can control how you navigate through it, bit by bit. You're not a victim of your circumstances anymore. You're the one writing your own story.